The silent chambers of the human brain, nestled deep between the two hemispheres, lies a tiny organ no larger than a grain of rice. The ancients called it the seat of the soul. Mystics claimed it was the doorway between worlds. Today, science calls it the pineal gland. But for those who walk the path of hidden wisdom, it is far more than a mere biological structure. It is an antenna, a receiver tuned not to earthly frequencies, but to the divine. It is a portal, a gate that stands at the threshold between the visible and the invisible. Across civilizations, scriptures, and esoteric traditions, this small pinecone-shaped gland has been revered as the key to awakening, enlightenment, and communion with realms beyond our ordinary senses. To the philosopher René Descartes, it was the principal seat of the soul, the very point where the immaterial spirit interacts with the material body. To shamans, it was the opening to the world of spirits, visions, and other dimensions. This is not just biology. It is a mystery buried within the human body, a bridge between matter and spirit. To touch the pineal gland is to touch the hidden core of consciousness itself. Walk through the ruins of Babylon, Sumer, or ancient Egypt, and you will find pinecone motifs etched into stone. The staff of Osiris carried a pinecone at its head. Assyrian gods depicted on temple walls stretched out their hands holding a pinecone-shaped object, a symbol scholars often dismiss as ritual decoration, but mystics recognize instantly as the emblem of the hidden eye. Even in Mesoamerican cultures, the pinecone appears. In Mayan and Aztec carvings, the fruit of the pine tree, evergreen, enduring, spiraling in perfect Fibonacci order, was connected to regeneration, immortality, and cosmic renewal. The ancients knew nature itself encoded the language of spirit, and the pinecone became a living metaphor for the spiral ascent of consciousness. Even in Christianity, echoes of this symbol survive. In Vatican City stands the Pigna, a colossal bronze pinecone towering in the courtyard of the pinecone. It seems out of place in a Christian setting, until one knows its hidden meaning. It is a silent acknowledgement of the pineal gland, the eye that connects the human soul to God. Surrounding it are peacocks, symbols of immortality, and lions, guardians of the mysteries. These civilizations, separated by time and geography, converged on the same symbol. The pinecone was not decoration, it was a code, pointing toward the secret within our own skulls. In Hinduism, the pineal gland is linked to the Ajna chakra, the third eye. It is described as the point where duality dissolves into unity, where illusion gives way to truth. Yogis meditating on this center claim visions, clarity, and communion with the divine. The Vedas and Upanishads speak of the third eye as the flame of intuition, the power of inner sight that perceives what physical eyes cannot. In Kundalini teachings, the coiled serpent energy rises up the spine, piercing through chakras until it reaches the ajna, activating the hidden sight. When awakened, one does not merely see with the eyes, but perceives the true nature of reality, a reality made of vibration, light, and consciousness itself. The Egyptians knew it as the Eye of Horus, symbolizing protection, higher vision, and the restoration of divine order. The same proportions of this sacred symbol correspond eerily to the structure of the pineal gland within the human brain. Modern anatomy has revealed that the cross-section of the pineal gland and its surrounding structures mirrors the Eye of Horus almost exactly, as though the Egyptians encoded biological truth into their mythic art. For both East and West, serpent, eye, and flame converge into a single image, the hidden antenna of the soul awakening. Though hidden beneath layers of metaphor, the Bible whispers of this mysterious eye. In the Gospel of Matthew, the verse reads, "If thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light." This is not the eye of flesh, but the eye of spirit, the pineal gland, the lamp of the body that illuminates the soul. The book of Revelation speaks of a stone with a name written that no man knoweth save he that receiveth it. Early mystics connected this secret stone to the pineal, a jewel hidden within, a light-bearing crystal waiting to be revealed. Gnostic texts spoke of an inner spark buried within man, a divine fragment of the infinite, accessible only through inner sight. The Gospel of Thomas records the teaching, "The kingdom of God is within you, and it is outside you." Mystical Christians later echoed this truth, that within the human vessel lies a secret temple, and at its center burns a light that can connect directly to God. For the seekers of forbidden knowledge, the pineal gland is this temple flame. Modern science, too, has uncovered the pineal gland's strange relationship with light. Unlike other glands, it possesses photoreceptive cells similar to those in the retina. It responds to cycles of light and darkness, regulating sleep, circadian rhythm, and the production of melatonin. But seekers of hidden knowledge suggest something deeper. If it responds to the light of the sun, could it not also respond to subtler, unseen forms of light? Spiritual light, cosmic radiation, frequencies beyond human detection. Some theorists go further. The pineal may generate natural dimethyltryptamine, the mystical molecule known for inducing profound visions, near-death experiences, and glimpses of alternate dimensions. Science hesitates to confirm, yet mystics insist the pineal is a portal, a transmitter and receiver of higher realities. Think of it, a small gland in the brain acting as a natural stargate, capable of opening perception beyond the three dimensions we take for granted. If true, then every human being is born with an instrument of transcendence hidden inside. If the pineal gland is indeed God's antenna, then why do so few people experience its power? Many traditions warn of its dormancy. In modern times, science has discovered the pineal is prone to calcification, hardening with deposits that limit its function. Some point to fluoride in water, processed diets, and electromagnetic pollution as deliberate forces dulling humanity's inner vision. Others speak of symbolic suppression, a world engineered to keep people locked in distraction, consumption, and noise, blinding them to their own inner light. From this perspective, the calcification of the pineal is not merely biological, but spiritual, a symptom of humanity's separation from the sacred, a closing of the gate that once connected heaven and earth. The eye that could see God, they say, has been sealed shut. Yet across traditions, techniques are whispered for awakening the pineal. Yogic meditation, focused breathing, chanting sacred sounds like Om, and gazing practices all stimulate its awakening. The Ana chakra blooms when the mind grows still and the breath becomes rhythm. Mystics of Sufism spoke of the polishing of the mirror, an inner purification that allows the divine light to shine through. Repetition of God's name, ecstatic dance, and whirling meditation all tune the body into resonance, awakening the hidden eye. Hermetic alchemists described it as the philosopher's stone within, not an external object, but an inner transmutation of perception. To make gold was not to melt metal, but to transform perception so that spirit shines through matter. Even modern explorers experiment with sound frequencies, binaural beats, psychedelic sacraments, and altered states of consciousness to vibrate the pineal awake. Despite differences of method, the message is always the same. The antenna is still there, waiting to be tuned. Those who succeed describe extraordinary visions. Fractals of light, patterns woven through the fabric of reality, encounters with beings of light or entities beyond space and time. Some experience a dissolution of the self, merging with the cosmos in a wave of indescribable unity. Ancient shamans of the Amazon drank the vine of souls, ayahuasca, believing it activated the divine eye within. Their visions spoke of serpents of light, cosmic rivers, and communication with the ancestors. Tibetan lamas describe the clear light of the void, a brilliance revealed when the inner eye awakens at the moment of death. These visions are not hallucinations, mystics insist, but glimpses of higher dimensions, realities that exist alongside ours, hidden until the antenna is tuned. The pineal gland is the doorway, the body is the temple, and the human being is both receiver and transmitter of divine consciousness. Why would ancient cultures encode this truth in their symbols, religions, and mysteries? Because they knew the danger of such knowledge in unprepared hands. The pineal was the key to liberation, to breaking the illusion of material reality. In the wrong hands, it could shatter kingdoms, dissolve control, and awaken people to the divine spark within themselves. This is why the pineal is spoken of only in fragments, symbols, and riddles. It is the forbidden truth, God's antenna hidden inside you. In a world of empires, dogmas, and institutions built on control, the awakening of the inner eye was always a threat. And so it became a secret, guarded, encoded, hidden in myth and symbol, waiting for those with eyes to see. The pineal gland, resting silently at the center of your mind, is more than flesh. It is the hidden eye of eternity, the spark of the divine, the antenna that reaches into realms unseen. Through it, humanity may awaken to its true heritage, not as prisoners of matter, but as beings of light. The ancients left the clues, the mystics guarded the teachings, the science hints at its power, but the final step belongs to each soul that dares to look within. In the darkness of the skull burns a secret lamp, waiting to be lit. And when it shines, the entire universe becomes visible. The pineal gland is not only God's antenna hidden inside you, it is the reminder that you were never separate from the divine to begin with. You just uncovered another secret with JB Animated Mysteries. If this journey spoke to you, like, share, comment, and subscribe so you never miss the hidden truths waiting in the shadows. Until we meet again, remember, the veil is thin and the mysteries are endless.